Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Want to go over my trades of the day. Just two tickers, CYN and RDBX. And let's just dive into it. CYN popped up from the gappers. It's the only one that I added. And I thought I could get to the mid twos where I saw there was some resistance. And I was right about that area acting as resistance, where we have this area here. So I thought if we could keep holding the low twos, we could get a test of the mid twos. It just didn't run as much as I thought. I thought we'd get to 260s, but ended up taking it 216 right here when it failed to break down. Was just looking for that. What's the plan here, anyways? Break over pre-market highs. Perfect. Yes, and that's exactly how I traded it. Right here, trading at the open price, I hesitated. It was still figuring out if it's going to hold or not. Once we got that confirmation, it came up. I was getting in, saw some solid buying, solid volume here. Got a little range going on, so I thought it was pretty safe to take a trade on this, and ended up giving a nice perk higher. Chopped around, took some off on the first move, gave it some time, but once we got this little fake out, instantly sold. Average sell was 234 and a half. So not quite 10%, just a little below, just around to 8%. But still, not bad of a move. Could have really got my 10% if I just took my sipe to the highs rather than being more patient with it. But still, the pattern held. You know, I had the right idea. There was solid resistance there. My fault was getting back in. Once we got this failure, it held VWAP, kept holding trend. I got back in at 234, 700 shares. The first trade was 1,000 shares. This one was 700. It held up for a little bit, but as we can see here, volume just completely died right near resistance level. Up a lot already. So combining those three things, I should have sold sooner, but I stuck to my stop loss and got out at 220. So gave up a bit there. But rest of the day wasn't really much. Was being patient after this, and what popped up on my radar was RDBX, and that's straight out of the watch list here. I'm just looking for that 268 previous high daybreak hold. It has resistance around 320, and then after that we got the mid threes. 3.6 is resistance slash breakout level. So I was seeing how it was going to open up, and we'll play that after hours high of 3 from right here. So let me show the daily. Not the best history of running, really. Just fade, fade, fade. Got a solid bottom here, and it's got some solid resistance in the mid threes. You got a volume, a thick volume candle there. Outdid it today, but didn't have enough at that level up where it was key to really break higher. But has clear skies. After breaking this 360 level, it could probably get to 5. Not really much overhead resistance. You got this garbage candle here, but I don't really see much volume behind it. If there's solid buying going on, it could really outdo this little bit of volume of bag holders and whatnot and get back to the 5 area. But here we got a hold of red green and a hold of that 268 previous high daybreak level, and from there came right above VWAP, and that's when I started putting it on my radar, because at that point too we're breaking about above the open price play, or the open price. So a couple angles way to approach it. Could have played it as that, but I was waiting more for that 3 break and the high day break. But I got a little antsy, started getting in the high 280s and 290s, average 291, 1,000 shares. And then get into this mess here just to make it more clear. I saw volume starting to pick up a bit, and it was in, uptrending, held key levels, and now was breaking back to solid key levels. Thought we could get a short squeeze to the mid threes, and that's exactly what happened. I ended up taking it off at 341, took my quick gain, and was considering rebuying here when it was holding up. Decided to stay on the sidelines. I was grateful with what I got. All you need is one solid play a day, and you could maximize it and really go for more. But I didn't want to overtrade, as that's what I did on, what's today, Thursday? Yeah, on Tuesday. So didn't want to fall into that pattern. So just wanted to observe it, take a lesson away from it. I already made money, so. But just looking at it here, you got a solid bottom, comes back and defends the after hours and pre-market high area, and still holds VWAP, keeps making higher lows. Volume comes back, and it really takes off. And some of the volume here when it was consolidating, not as much selling as you can see. There wasn't much downward pressure at this area, which disappointed shorts. It couldn't break down, and they started covering. More dip buyers came in, propping it up, and that led to this whole move here to the high threes. So solid play, solid call from it. Executed it really good, I think. Could have emphasized a little more, but I think I did pretty well. I took my quick gains while I was up. Could have sold some and been patient or traded it again. But honestly, this is all you need. I took my over 15% move or something like that and move on to the next. So that was pretty satisfying, considering CYN was a little bit of a disappointment. And this thing ended up being on radar late day here, but didn't have enough volume to really push higher, because this could have been a really nice VWAP reclaim to test the morning highs. But the pattern could set up nicely, but you got to react and combine other factors, and volume just really wasn't there, and it kept getting stuffed. You can see the price action here, pretty choppy, just going back and forth. Didn't really break down or break out. There was a fake out each time. It would try to move higher, it would get stuffed, and same thing, would just make a higher low, come right back. So a lot of fake outs going on here. So I didn't like the price action, so I stayed away. But this thing is still kind of holding up. We'll see if this will come back for a previous high day break and continue higher. Low float, low market cap, pretty good. Or lower float, not super low. I like it. I would say low float would be about 10 million or less shares in the float. So yeah, that's the day today. Pretty sure there were some other plays. Viru, weak bounce play here, but right out of the watch list. Could have traded it here in the high 11s, taking your quick right around 10%, not even really. Weak bounce there. What else have I been looking at? SEV had a failure here, so we'll see what happens, but that was the day today. Hope there was some takeaways. For me, it was being patient and taking your quick gains. I shouldn't have come back into that second trade here with CYN. Should have just been good with my first one, taking my quick snipe, got a little greedy, and paid the price. But recognized this first move and took my quick snipe. That worked out, and that worked out again with RDBX, just taking the quick snipe. So, something I'm good at, selling quick. But it works out. The quick gains add up. So we'll just wrap it up there. Give this a thumbs up if it was useful at all. Subscribe to our channel if you'd like more content like this. Follow us on Twitter at Pack-a-Punch Traders to check out our watch list. I already posted the one for tomorrow. Here we are. And, just daily review and whatnot. So check us out there. And if you need any low-cost live stream, see us live trade or whatnot, check us out on tradecaster.com. Besides that, have a great night.